Yo, what up, stinkin' stinkettes? I'm Mr. Egg,
And I'm Autistic,
and welcome to Egg-Tism.
the show where we deep dive into fan games to replenish our thirst for good FNAF content.
And today we'll be talking about FredBears, made by Jacorn. It's a fun and unique fan game that introduces a lot of unique mechanics and storytelling.
We'll be ranking based on 6 categories on a scale of 1 to 10, starting with...
I would love to point out the elephant in the room. Alright? The animatronics. They are probably single-handedly, like, the carry of this entire game. Okay? I just want you to imagine how a game like Forgotten at Fredbears would take the Fredbear animatronics and redesign them. And then I want you to look at the reality of them, okay? They all look like pedophiles. It could not be stated how not menacing, how... I don't have a word for it. Think of a word.
Predatory.
How predatory Fredbear and springbonnie look in this game. The puppet?
I am the poopy.
I like her design, but the only thing I felt was that it looked way too masculine.
Well,
Like
yeah. I mean, it's enough where you can tell it's a female, but I do agree that the eyelashes do carry the femininity, I guess.
Yeah. I felt like with the other one, it was more easier to tell that it was a girl. I'm actually just noticing now. I feel like what's missing are the lipstick. There's only the top lipstick, and it's very small. So I just feel, and especially the nose. The nose, I feel like big noses are a more masculine trait.
Especially since it looks like it doesn't belong there. It looks like you cut it off a doll and just taped it there.
Yeah. It's a completely different color. It's a completely different texture, too. It's like glass.
I also like the wind-up thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never seen that before on a puppet animatronic, though. I feel like you could find a million of them that do it, but I just don't know them. Anyways, moving on from the puppet, I would like to go on to the set piece of the entire place. It's really unique, it's really cool, and it's pretty big. I do like how the office looks. It feels more realistic, and it feels more like an actual office compared to like the futuristic doors that like FNAF wants to convince you that they have.
Yeah.
Next thing I noticed is this really pissed me off when I was playing, right? It messed with my ADHD that I don't think I have. I don't think I have ADHD, but it messed with it. Every time balloonboy would show up at your office, the vent cover would change, like it would get like darker and then brighter every time he goes in and out of it. And it kept pissing me off every time I saw it. Like, I cannot explain how much it pissed me off. I couldn't unsee it.
Yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that one. I'm sure something like this takes a long time to make, so
yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't hate it, but I hate it. There's a lot to talk about in artwork. So next, we're gonna move on to jump scares.
Okay, well, first of all, I really like the jump scares. They're really... I messed up. Anyway, they're really... I almost said really goodly. They're well animated. I think my favorite one is actually Balloonboy. I just like how he just slams you in the head with a sign.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, cutscenes. I really like the cutscenes. The artwork is... Yes. Yeah, it reminds me of a Security Breach in a good way, where, you know, the endings are 2D. This is also like 2D, but like not really comic trippy. I don't know how to describe it.
What are you talking about?
But I don't know. Okay, so moving on, cutscenes. The art style is gorgeous, and I really like. Can we restart? Okay, so the cutscenes are beautiful. It's a really great way to show the story, especially since most FNAF games use it like in phone calls.
Hey buddy, it's Greg here.
but in this one you get like a full presentation of what the heck is going on. The only nitpick, and we agree on this, Afton looks like a titan. Why does he have so many teeth? And why are his eyes glowing?
Yeah.
Okay, how do we make Afton look evil?
Yeah, cartoonishly
Boy,
evil.
do I have an idea for you.
Oh, and I almost forgot to mention this. I really like the pixel cutscene at the beginning. Or it's not a really cutscene, it's like a pixel minigame. I really like it at the beginning, the art style of it. It's really cool. It's like a complete refresh of the normal FNAF minigames you go through in FNAF 4, but they look like a lot better. The art style is just significantly better because these people know how to do pixel art. Yeah. And to add on to the cutscene conversation, I did really like how, like, in the cutscenes, Pedo Bear and Pedo Bonnie were both 3D models, while Afton and Henry were like digitally drawn. I think that like mix of art style is really cool. So in total for artwork, I'd have to say I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9. Next up, we got. Okay, so just let's get the elephant out of the room here. Voice acting is phenomenal, and it's all good, like all the animatronic voices. The thing that carries are the phone guys, and for some reason Joe M is yelling at Joe A for no reason.
Joe, I said that's enough. We're not here to talk about that. Stick to the script.
Yeah, I don't know why. No, I want to tell the story. It was so funny. Well, me and Axolotl were, like, I was playing the game and Axolotl was just watching me play the game. And I was just, like, not even paying attention to the screen. Like, I wasn't listening in. And out of nowhere, Joe M just starts screaming for no reason. And it caught my attention so badly, it made me laugh so hard. That's enough!
Joe! What the hell are you going on about? That's enough!
It's like, what the fuck are you yelling for? What do you have? What's going on? Stop fighting! Stop fighting! I really liked how confident the phone guys were. If you want to compare it to last video, and anyone who didn't watch it, you're a loser. If you want to compare it to our last video of reviewing Five Nights at Chuck E. Cheese, you can understand why I want to pick on this part so hard.
Hey, but
the phone guys in this specific game are great at voice acting. I really feel like I'm listening to two phone guys compared to Steven here, or whatever the fuck, Greg here. Hey, but I fucked it up. I'm redoing this. I'm redoing this. A point that I really shut up. Point that I really want to get across when it comes to these two guys is like how great and how confident they are while talking to us through the nights. I really like how convincing they are as phone guys, especially if you want to compare it to a lot of other fan games. I like how much more confident, and they're great at voice acting, and this applies to the animatronics as well. They don't talk throughout the nights, but instead they talk after you die.
something about you doesn't feel right.
I think all of their voices are really cool. My favorite one by far is Mangle's.
I find it ironic you chose Mangle as the best animatronic voice acting when it's just a text-to-speech thing they used.
Oh,
which fits. But
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's in the credits. It's in the credits.
I really liked how the music box sounded in this game. It feels like a remix of the original one, but it's a lot more calm. For sound design, I really liked it. In total, I'd have to give it an 11 out of 10. But the bonus points go strictly towards Joe.
Yeah, the sound design is nearing perfection. I give it a 10 out of 10. I like it. It's so good.
Next up, we move on to... Story starts off pretty simple. We get a phone call from William Afton, right? And he's like, "Yo, how about you come and like watch over my pizzeria, man? That'd be fire." And then you see his like really cool maniacal teeth. Later on throughout the nights, you find out through the goats, Joe M and Joe A, that Henry is like depressed and drinking alcohol at the bottom of the pizzeria in the basement. And we go through this like through the night shifts, and eventually get a key to go down there, and we find out that there are killer animatronics within the game, within the basement. Sorry. I liked the story, and I think my favorite part was I liked the ending of it.
Oh no, the ending was great. I liked the little spin they put on it.
I liked how instead of Afton getting spring locked by the kids, by the FNAF animatronics, instead it was Henry taking revenge for killing Charlotte. And I do like how that played out in the exact same moment that Fredbear bit into the crying child. I also like how Charlotte was bullied, visually bullied.
I also like how Charlotte was bullied. Okay, so there are a few cons. Like, we were a little confused as if we were Michael or John. Turns out we were John, who was hired by Afton. And we didn't really like how the FNAF 1 animatronics in the post-shift minigame for the final night were basically designed to kill John. We didn't really find it that unique.
Yeah, it just ended up being really silly. Just like, I don't know why they did it. Like, I'm Henry. Come to my basement and find my killer animatronics.
Everything else is really good. I feel like they could have thought of something a little
more unique.
Better, yeah, more unique. But you know, all in all, story, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Much better than Chuck E. Cheese's lore.
Yeah, a lot more expanded than most games.
Yeah.
A lot better than Pop Goes. So I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Next up, we're moving on to... I found that the night shifts in this one was really cool. I liked how all the animatronics had their own different, like, counters. They were all countered completely differently, because it has always annoyed me when they introduce, like, a bunch of unique character designs, but at the end of the day, they're all handled the same way. The one thing I did find weird was that whenever Balloon Boy showed up, like clicking him, there was no reaction. He had no reaction to you clicking on him until his animation finished. So I feel like having that kind of like that immediate reaction to Balloon Boy being clicked on would have been great. Other than that, I really like the skill check mechanic when Bonnie shows up at your door. And I do like how Fredbear just shows up at your office. Oh, it's really funny. Because he just randomly just shows up at the front of your office and he's just staring at you. Fredbear, Bear has this need to just stare you down, and I don't know what it is. His mask reminds me of those, like, I'm gonna have to say it right now. It should have gone into artwork, but I'm saying it now in gameplay. It looks like those really shitty horror, like Winnie the Pooh, the masks from the shitty horror Winnie the Pooh.
Blood and Honey?
Yeah, it looks exactly like it, and him staring at you like that makes it more funny.
So the first post-night minigame was the van repair sequence. Mango is very menacing, and I love the boom 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 when they leave. Balloon Boy is annoying, but not in the official way people portray him as. He's annoying in a good way where he's not like overwhelming. He's more there to counter us doing the puzzles. And the puzzles for each corner, they're a little gimmicky, but they're pretty cool. The second minigame was repairing Bear. He's very, very sensitive.
Oh, don't touch me.
He jump scares you very easily, though it may just because we suck. But he's just a plain menace to society. Third minigame. We do like how both Bear and Bonnie have different mechanics. Once again, Bear is very sensitive and will viscerally touch you, even if you watch him when you're supposed to. Fourth minigame. The fourth minigame was when we were talking with the puppet. I like how we got to hear our guy's voice for the first time. Toy Foxy's cool, and he's very cool to shock. It's always satisfying. The main nitpick I personally have is that you can't really focus on what the heck the puppet is saying. I know that there's important information, like lore-wise, but you can't focus on it with Toy Foxy just chasing you and about to, kill you.
Yeah.
I sounded really weird saying that. Anyway, so last post shift was when we saw the FNAF crew. It's kind of boring and a bit confusing. You never really felt engaged with the complete 2% of progress and immediately check back on your threat because they're dig hungry mechanic. There's also a long list of explanations for a complete new mechanic that the game never really prepared you for. So you end up dying many times because you're too focused. Well, not focused. You're too confused on what to do. After a few attempts, you understand it, but until then, it's just good luck.
Oh, I want to. Well, I want to add one thing. I hated how we had to memorize what we had to type, to deactivate the animatronics, and on top of that, like the game, yeah, and on top of that, the game would tell you, oh yeah, make sure you do this when Freddy shows up, and Freddy would show up and you would do it, but apparently there are two completely different mechanics. There's the one where you go into their own personal room, and then there's the one in your office. The game does not tell you what to do when you're in the office. It only tells you what to do when you're out of the office. So when they show up at your office, you do what the note tells you to do, and you die. Like, Henry, do you want me to win or not?
Yeah. Anyway, so I give the gameplay 7.5 out of 10.
For me, I would have to give it the exact same rating, but Night Shift carried. Alright, now we're moving on to the best part.
We found the night shifts to be pretty demanding, but very engaging at all times. And we both liked how each character had a different counter and nothing really felt repetitive at any point in time.
And even at like the worst parts of the games, like the mini games and stuff, they really didn't take your attention.
Move on.
They really didn't take away your attention from the main night shifts.
You could have taken away from attention.
It really didn't take away my attention too much from the main game, despite how frustrating it could be. And once you got through the boring parts, the rest of the night became a breeze and just became fun again. So overall, I'd have to give fun factor an 8 out of 10. It was really fun.
Yeah, I'd say the same, 8 out of 10. Moving on to the last category. The designs of the animatronics play into this greatly, and this can be applied to many other FNAF games, but I like how it feels you always need to pay attention to everything that's going on in your office. Being always tense, I guess, plays into this, and it never feels like you can just constantly do one thing and be safe.
A lot of the animatronics, they were kind of really silly designed and not inherently creepy. Me and Axolotl, we were laughing way too much when we first saw their designs. It takes away from the fear factor, but they surprisingly made me they made me pee my pants a little bit in the closet minigame. When they showed up, you look behind you, right, in the closet minigame, and you just see again, Bear just staring at you. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of having an open door with two pedophiles completely staring at my cheeks. I don't like that. That's where I'm most vulnerable, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm all washed up. No, you ain't, boy. You cannot have my booty.
Get out my booty!
even with how much I hated the FNAF 1 like mini game, I still found them to be kind of threatening, and it startled me a few times with how close they showed up to your face. They had like no personal boundaries, and I kind of liked that. It redeemed the mini game a little bit.
I like how they didn't respect my boundaries at all.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but the main part, I'm gonna put that in the title. For fear factor, I give it a 7 out of 10.
For me, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
In total, I would have to give Forgotten Fredbears an 81%.
Oh yeah, for me, it tallies up to 83%.
Yep, just as high.
Yeah, you know, great game, good job.